Hey there guys, and thank you for coming back to my review channel for today's review. We're going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch Pokken Tournament DX. Now, this game is a game that not a lot of people might have realized came out. This came out in the early era of the Switch life cycle, and you can even tell from the back of this that that's how old it was. It almost looks like a Nintendo Wii U game, just from like the lettering on the back and all that. They wanted to make it very eye popping, and this was the closest that the Nintendo Switch got to Pokemon Stadium. Now, Pokemon Stadium, I don't know if you've ever heard, but Pokemon Stadium came out for the N64. They got Pokemon Stadium 1, they got Pokemon Stadium 2. And the aspect of Pokemon Stadium is if you had the N64 and you had a transfer pack, you were able to battle your Pokemon on the Pokemon Stadium. You were able to battle your Pokemon that you trained on the Game Boy games, and battle them on Pokemon Stadium against your friends in 3D using your moves. So it's definitely an interesting game, was what Pokemon Stadium was. And this one sort of is that, sort of isn't that. This one is made by the Pokemon Company. There is nothing on this that says Bandai or Namco on it. But basically what this is for lack of better terms, has anybody ever played Tekken? Tekken, where you have the 3-on-3 fighting. That's what this is. Or Marvel vs. Capcom. I feel like that's probably more famous than Tekken. But that's what this is. The only thing is you don't have the entire roster of Pokemon that you would like to. Your roster of Pokemon is pre-decided. There's 21 different characters. There is downloadable content available for this, but everything is on this game pack. You don't need the downloadable content to play the game. You don't need to plug it up to the internet at all. It will all run from the game pack. I picked this up at GameStop. I picked this up on August 9th, 2024. I like to keep the receipts in here. And I paid at the time, I paid at $43.44 for this game. That's absolutely crazy for me, but you know what? This was probably one of the first Pokemon games that I had picked up. And since then, I've been trying to pick up almost all the Pokemon games. But the reason why I wanted this one, there is another one. There's a Mystery Dungeon DX game that I want to pick up that's not mainstream. But the reason why is because who hasn't wanted to fight other friends with Pokemon? Now, like I said, it is limited because all of the characters are on here. There is no option to choose. Like, you can't choose, for instance, Snorlax. Snorlax is like my favorite Pokemon. But Snorlax isn't featured in this game. You know, you have your favorites like Charizard, Pikachu, Gengar, and then they have the newer ones that I don't know the names of. But it's definitely a cooler game. If you're into fighting games, definitely would recommend checking it out. It takes a little while to get the controls down, but they do have the ability for you to train. Unfortunately, to train with this one, you need an amiibo in order for it to work. I personally do not have any Pokemon amiibos. And looking at this game, I just realized that's something I definitely need to pick up. Even if it's just Pikachu from Smash Brothers. It's just something that I can use to keep it going. I know that the Jigglypuff exists, Pikachu, Charizard. There's a few of them out there that I have seen. I don't know which ones in particular work with this game. So I would assume it's only Pokemon ones, but it does say it right here on the corner. And that's, I've only been collecting amiibos probably for about 3 or 4 months, where I've been actively like, yo, I want to get this one. I want to get this one. I want to get this one. And I have a decent collection of them. There's a few of them out there where it's just like, all right, this is a one piece for a one game. Like, I would love to get the Diablo Loot Goblin, but I'm not paying $100 on eBay for it. That's crazy. At the time of recording, I've seen it going for like $69.99 on eBay. And after shipping and handling, you're paying $100 for that thing. So it's just not worth it. To me, it's not worth it. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I'll find it in the wild. All of my games I do not purchase online. The only games that I do have that are online purchases are games that Meg has picked up for me. So that would be like Super Mario Jamboree. That's a game that Meg picked up for me. I know that came from Amazon. But for the most part, all of my games are physical. Like, I found this in the wild. I bought it. And it actually was a while. I had to wait a good time for this to show up in the GameStop. And when they saw it, I said, oh, I'm going to buy it. And for $45 basically is what I paid, $43, $44. But in the receipt it showed I gave $45 cash. I got what I wanted. Like, it is what I had wanted to get. And I remember Meg was with me when I made this purchase. And she was like, are you really about to buy a Pokemon game? And I'm like, yes, I am. And she was like, are you sure you want to buy a Pokemon game? And I'm like, yes, I'm sure. Because Pokemon is something, in my opinion, Pokemon is something that is never going to really fully depreciate. And if you hold on to it, physical, you have the media here. It's not going to go anywhere. And that is, for what it is, that is a basic cartridge. But that is a bad, cool picture of Mewtwo in the background. But these are all the Pokemon you get to play as. They're all featured on the cover art. If those interest you, then maybe this game is for you. But I picked this up because I know that Pokemon games, like I said, they do not depreciate. If anything, they go up in value. And something like this is close to Pokemon Stadium, but it's not. Like I said, there's 21 characters. They're already chosen for you. I like it. I think it's fun. 3v3 is definitely different. And each character has its own combos and their own abilities. Like I said, Marvel vs. Capcom, if you play those games, then you already know, like War Machine, Iron Man. You put those two together on somebody's team, you're going to have problems. I've definitely played plenty of that to know that if I see somebody playing in that in a lobby, I'm done. I'm not playing. I'm just not. Because I already know it's going to be a spam fest. So you do have the ability to spam uncontrollably with this, but you also have those combos, and you're able to break somebody's block using these combos. And let me tell you, I've seen Marvel vs. Capcom, and when those guys get going, oh my God, it's crazy. When these guys get going, though, it's off the chain. Because Nintendo don't hold nothing back. And the Pokemon Company, they don't hold nothing back. So you want a really high-octane fighting game with a lot of special effects, no gore, check this out. You won't be disappointed. As always, guys, my name is Johnny5. And currently, this is, right now, on price charting, this is showing up for about $35. You might be able to pick it up on Macari for $30. Or $40. eBay, you might be able to find this one for $35, $40, $45. It hasn't gone up yet. With the Switch 2 coming out, though, and game cartridges becoming scarce soon, I would expect this to go up in price, consider it relatively soon. It's still available in GameStop. If you're looking to pick up a copy, it still is widely available. You're able to pick one up. You'll probably be able to go any day of the week, go to a GameStop, and the one you go to might not have it, but if you ask them to call around, I'm telling you, within probably 15, maybe 30-mile radius of that GameStop, you'll find a copy of this. Is it going to look like this, where it's somewhat, the box is in decent condition, the paper, the artwork is in decent condition? I'd love to see if they had one with a manual. Every time I go into a GameStop, I check to see if I find one that might happen to have a manual in it, because I would imagine, considering the background is very Wii U-y, it looks like a Wii U game, that it's possible that there might have been a release with this one, if you bought it new, that it came with a manual. I'm always checking, because I can only imagine, why would they have this in every case, but there's no manual in it? So some companies, they put something in it, other companies don't. So I'm always looking. So as always, guys, my name is Johnny5. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of Pokken Tournament DX. Like I said, it's the 3v3 fighter. Probably Tekken is a bad reference, but Marvel vs. Capcom is definitely where you need to be thinking if you are purchasing this game. Marvel vs. Capcom with Pokemon. Not quite Pokemon Stadium, but if you're looking for a 3D fight, you won't be disappointed. As always, my name is Johnny5. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did enjoy it, give me a thumbs up. Show me some in the comment box down below. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe in the corners and you ring that bell. Daily uploads here. Jay Glee's Cobra Snake will be in the description box down below. Jay Glee's Jack of all trades, master of none. Hunting, camping, fishing, DIY projects, bottle cap collection, and his little doggy Boone. I mean, he's not really a little doggy anymore, but if you're into puppies, as mine is sleeping next to me, if you're in the puppies, you're in the doggies, check his channel out. You won't be disappointed. Boone is definitely a lot more active than Stella is, that's for sure, as she's snoring away for the entire video. Also, Cobra Snake in the description box down below. Cobra Snake is a retro video gamer. He's somebody who's actually convincing me to do Nintendo Switch content. Personally myself, I'm a physical collector. I collect physical media. Switch, you can take it anywhere, and that portability of the Switch makes it, for me, I want to have more Switch. But with Cobra Snake around, Cobra Snake does retro video game tips and tricks reviews. Any older games, like for instance with the Switch, Legacy of Kain has been recently released for the Switch. It's 1 and 2 on one disc, or one game pack. And guess what he has? He has Legacy of Kain tips and tricks, the review on how to beat the entire game. If you get jammed up, you can go to his channel and he can help you. He's like a video game facts, if you will. So check his channel out. It'll be in the description box down below. And you guys, be good, be safe. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. And I'll catch up with you guys on the next one. Later, taters.